Welcome. Today is January 22nd, 2010. Welcome to Marquis TV. We're tasting a couple of Rhone wines from one producer, Domaine Courbis, in the small little town of Chateaubourg in the Rhone Valley. If you blink or drive too fast, you're going to go right through the town, as I did several times looking for this estate. We're tasting, what should we taste first? Let's taste the Syrah. We're tasting the 2005 Cornas Champelrose. Again, Cornas, granitic soil, very old, very decomposed, so it always has some grip to it. This is a little bit better value than the Clap wines that we tasted last week, and this is again 100% Syrah. For those of you who want to know what sort of the standard of Syrah is, Cornas, or perhaps Côte Rôtie, but Cornas in this instance is a good standard, good place to look. And this is aged in stainless steel, about 70% new wood, with the balance of 1 and I believe 2-year-old barrels. I've been there several times, and the wines are pretty good. This is a family that goes back. I saw their family tree, and it was just huge, like Dead Sea Scroll. It goes back to like the 1500s, and they've been around for a long, long time. So let's just have a little taste, and as usual, it's got the great Syrah color. Leah, can you zoom in on that? Hopefully you can see that. So it's that, yeah, it's Syrah. There's no mistaking it. It's got that, I like to call it, you know, when you're in the fall in Vancouver, or if you've been on the West Coast and there's the leaves on the ground and they start to dry out and crinkle up, if you smell them, they've got that just great autumn smell, and if you're a kid burying yourself in it, that's what it smells like. I just love this stuff. A little bit of roasted notes. The oak is just perfect. It doesn't overwhelm the wine. Let's have a little taste. Firmly focused. You can tell it comes from a soil that's pretty poor, that the vines have to fight for all the flavor. This wine needs probably a couple hours to really show itself. It's got a great, nice big minerality to it. Not effusive. If you're looking for, again, looking for a Syrah, it has those big, rich, jammy flavors. That's not it. This will really work well with a sirloin or some duck or some, I don't know if it's blues, pulled pork. I think that would be great. Those types of meats. It's a great winter wine. I hate to dump it out. I think I'm going to have another sip.
Can we see the label?
Here's the label. You got it, Leah?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll just put that here. Now we're tasting, you know, we have an 04 Saint Joseph Le Royer, 100% Marsanne, and in North America we don't like to drink aged whites. We're kind of missing out. When I was there, I went just back through my notes. It's 100% Marsanne. Some websites say it's got 3% Roussanne in it. For intensive purposes, it's mostly Marsanne. Now, looking at it, it has this kind of greenish, yellowish tinge to it. Much different than, of course, perhaps say Sauvignon Blanc or Chardonnay. So you can tell it's got some oiliness and some viscosity to it. That's the first thing I look at when I see this wine. Let's have a little, put my beak in here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a great nose. This is what I love. It's the antithesis of what we drink from the New World, Semillon Chardonnay. That's what I like about it. It's different, and it's a good wine. Man, it's got this kind of beautiful kind of burnt creme brulee caramel note to it, a little like a little burnt sugar. On the palate, still fresh, still rich. It's got some tannins to it. Really long finish, still very refreshing. This wine is delicious, and it's not that cold. We put it in the freezer about 15 minutes before we shot it, and it's tasting great. So hopefully if you do come by, you'll be able to taste these wines. One last thing before I go. This is for all you hockey fans out there. In particular, I'm a big Habs fan. As you can see, I'm sitting in my chair. I believe it was yesterday, Jean Beliveau had a tiny little stroke. And for those of you who were not lucky enough to see the Great One play, he was fabulous. I managed to see him all on TV in '71 when I first started watching hockey, when they beat up the Big Bad Bruins. But we wish him well. All hockey fans, Jean Beliveau, one of the greatest hockey players to ever play. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you in the store tasting these wines. Cheers.